You didn't see the sleepless nights. You didn't see the depression I went through for multiple months. You didn't see the fact that I couldn't even get up out of bed to shower for weeks at a time. You see what you see now. But don't you understand? There is much more to it. Welcome to the VetRise podcast. I'm your host, Juan Perez. My goal is to make success after service accessible to every veteran in society. I believe in the power of leveraging your service, not as a label that defines you, but as a launching pad for your next chapter. What we have been doing hasn't been working, and it's on us to start changing the culture. Enjoy the episode, and thank you for your time. Welcome to episode number 11 of the VetRise podcast. I am your host, Juan Perez. This is episode... I'm going to keep going. This is episode number 11, and we're going to get real today. We're going to talk a little bit about what is it that goes into hard work ethic. What does it mean to grind? What does it mean to hustle? What is the hustle culture? You see what I've built. You see that I have a podcast and I have a successful six-figure company. You see the fact that I am building something amazing, the fact that I am building something that means something to me. I am a veteran coach now. I am making a name for myself. I am making a name for the VetRise Academy within the veteran community. But that's now. You have no idea what I went through. You have no idea how many sleepless nights I've had. When I launched this business in 2022, on my birthday in October, I had to invest all of my money. I sold one of my rifles just to be able to invest in the coaching program that I hired. And I went all in. I spent a lot of money. I decided to just do this the same way that I do everything else. And I paid a shit ton of money just to get everything. The certifications, the business, the LLC, just everything. And I spent a lot of money on equipment. Some of that money I should have definitely held on to. I bought a lot of equipment. Most of it I'm using now. For example, this microphone that I'm using right now was probably one of the first things that I purchased. Why? Because I had this unrelentless belief in myself that I knew I was going to start a podcast one day. I just didn't think it would take me a year and a half. But it did. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because the story that we have, the story that we go through, all of our pains, all of our troubles, it means something. It is our hero's journey. It is my origin story. Growing up, I knew that I wanted to have my own business. I've always had the entrepreneurial spirit. I've always launched something. I was always trying to be a part of something, but I wanted my own thing. And now I have that. I've built that. I am working my way out of law enforcement. Yes, I am in law enforcement. And that is not something that I publicly talk about too much because that is a very small piece of who I am now. It was a very large piece before, but now it is a very small piece of my life. And it's small for a reason. Now, the people in law enforcement that I have been able to serve with are the largest part of that, absolutely. But the reason why it's a small part of my life is because I'm creating something amazing that is going to take up a lot more of my life. And that's this business, VetRise Academy. I have a coaching program. I have the podcast. I have the social media videos. I have a lot more than just that. Eventually, I'm going to launch a whole module system where you guys can actually get access to it and do it on your own pace. But right now, I'm still in the building phase. I am in the grinding phase. But grinding and hustling doesn't mean that I have to stay up every single night. It means that you are intentional with your time and you choose when you grind, you choose when you hustle. A year ago, in April, in March, I was going through some of the worst times of my life. Personally, I was in the dump. There was a whole month when I couldn't get up out of bed. I would roll out of bed and go to work, come home, try and serve my clients, and then get back into bed and fall asleep. It would take me weeks at a time to take a shower, and that's not a lie. I'm disgusted with myself, absolutely, but that is my origin story of why I am where I am at. I went through the worst period of my life last year, but not only have I bounced back, I am in the best place ever now. Why? because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I understand that nothing is ever as bad as it seems. At the end of the day, I am building something amazing for myself and for my future and for my children, because they will be able to reap the benefits of this. You get to see what I have built right now. You get to see the 20, 30,000 social media followers, but I have so much more left to do. I feel like completely a small fry in the world where I'm excited to keep growing. I want to build this podcast up. I want to build up my brand. I am the brand. I want to build up this business. I want to keep serving veterans. I want to keep helping veterans. I want to just develop it as much as I can and give as much value as I can. My mission, my goal is to make success after service accessible to every veteran. Like, that is my end state. And I'm working on that deliberately every single day. And last year, there was so many more sleepless nights. This year, we are doing extremely well. I've been able to hire employees. I was able to hire 2 family members who are helping with the business. One of them is partially full-time. And they are helping in ways that you never thought were possible. I used to stay up editing all my videos. All of them. Up until recently, I think the last 2-3 months, I had someone else take over the videos. But I was doing every single one of the videos. I was learning. I was doing it, staying up until 3-4 in the morning doing the videos. I was doing the programming for my clients. I still am doing that. That's something that I took personally. I want them to all succeed. Now, I am much better. I am much more intentional. We have the coaching call calendar scheduled. We have all of our videos and all of our reels scheduled. And now, because I have all that, now because I was intentional in my time, and because I fucking suffered last year, but I grinded and I made it happen for myself, and I got out of the fucking pits that I was in, now I have this. Now I get to do this. I get to talk to you guys. I get to share my story. So I want this to be an example. If you are unhappy with where you are at, just remember, this too shall pass. You can take action, and eventually you will be in a different place. This is temporary. Everything is temporary. Even what I am going through right now is temporary. Eventually things will get better or worse, and I will make sure that they get better by taking intentional action. So just because you are not where you want to be right now, it doesn't mean that you are not going to be there eventually. You just have to stay consistent. You don't build the body by going to the gym once or twice. It is a consistent thing over and over and over again. And eventually it builds. But you also don't destroy the body by missing the gym once or twice. It is a consistent thing of missing and missing and missing. And eventually you atrophy. So don't atrophy yourself by not showing up for yourself. Wake up with intention. Be intentional in your day. Have core values and principles. Understand that you are driving towards something. And I promise you, it gets better. Last year, like I said, it was the worst year of my personal life. However, it was the best year of my entrepreneurial business side of my life. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm very happy that I went through what I went through, otherwise I wouldn't be here. I went through a lot of depression last year. I went into a lot of therapy last year. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud of it because it is my story. Because I used that pain and I twisted that knife in my back and I used it to be the thing that would make me succeed. Everyone is always looking for that passion. They want to chase something. They want to dream about something. They want something to be happy about. But we forget that there is a lot that we can use. Our pain can be our passion. It can be our motivation, because if it is bad enough, then we need to do something about it. We need to remove ourselves from it. We can do something about it. Don't wait until it gets worse, because when it gets worse, when you hit rock bottom, you might be stuck. It might be too late. So if you are in a situation right now that you keep telling yourself that if it gets worse, then I'll do something. Do something now. Take action. Massive action. Use the pain of staying the same as your reason to do something about it. Because if you don't, you will be exactly where you are at right now, 1 year from now, and worse off, 10 years from now. All right, let's stop for a minute. This is the part of the episode where I ask you to do me a favor, but it's not a favor for me. It's a favor for your fellow brothers and sisters that served with you. Do me a favor. Think hard and share this podcast with someone that you think would benefit from it. If you know someone that has been struggling, if you know someone that is going through it right now, and you know that they want better for life, they just don't know how to do it. If this podcast can help them, do it. That's it. That's my only ask. If you want to follow me, then great. You want to subscribe? Go for it. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for your time. Back to the episode. When I started filming videos and doing TikTok and all that, I didn't have any idea what the hell I was doing. I just started doing it. I had a business coach that helped me. I had someone that guided me and mentored me in the right direction, and I learned from them. But I had never done social media before. I didn't have a TikTok presence. Now I have 20,000 followers, and I receive daily messages on there all the time because I've invested time into it because I didn't stop. All it takes is all you got and just doing it every single day, showing up day after day and not quitting and not giving up and posting and commenting and replying and editing videos and getting better at it and becoming better and better and better. You don't have to do new things. You just have to get better at what you're doing, and you have to do more of what you're doing. That's all it takes. More and better, not new. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Just do what you've been doing that you've been trying to do and get better at it, and then do more of it. And that's all I did. I got better at it, and I did more of it, and then I got better at it, and then I did more of it. And once I nailed that, then I did something new. I hired someone to start doing the editing for me. Why? Because I needed to free up myself to be able to serve my clients and conduct the application calls for new clients. Because my time is limited. And honestly, I'll tell you right now, I protect my time like I protect my family, like my son and my daughter. That's how much I protect my time. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm sorry. It's too valuable because I know what the hell I'm doing. I know what I'm meant for. And I cannot build a multi-million-dollar business wasting my time and just hanging out with people. I can't. So if I give you my time and I spend time with you, or I am replying to you, or I'm willing to talk to you on the phone, I'm going to tell you something that you're not going to hear in a lot of places because people really don't want to be honest about this. But my time is so valuable that means a lot to me, and I hope it means a lot to you too. Because I don't do that with a lot of people. I ignore a lot of phone calls. If the past is calling, send them to voicemail. I heard that on the Loudermilk TV show that I've been watching. I'm going to wrap up today. The point of today is that sometimes you have to take massive action, and you have to remember that the past is part of your story. Use the pain of being where you are at right now to change your future. I promise you it's possible. The only way I was able to launch this podcast and make time for it and get better at it was because I was able to hire someone to help me with the videos and hire someone to help me with the administrative side of the house. And the only reason I was able to do that was because I went all in on my business. I go to work, I spend time with my kids, I work on my business. I work out, I sleep, I go to work, spend time with my kids, I work on my business. That's it. Right now, I am in a season of me. And that is completely okay. Don't you ever apologize for working on yourself. That is it for today. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're having the best day ever. And that's going to wrap up episode number 11 of the VetRise podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little different today. I wanted to talk about the whole grind mentality and understand that there's nothing wrong with it, but don't grind yourself down. If you are in a season of it, then apply it. Give it everything you have. Go all in. But eventually, you should thrive in peace. not just survive in chaos. That is very important. Again, I'm Juan Perez. Thank you for your time. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the VetRise podcast. If today's episode inspired you, made you think, or simply just gave you hope, I have a small favor to ask. Share it with just one veteran or someone you think could benefit from my message. Your share could light a spark for them. You don't know who you might save. For more insights and to join this mission, follow my socials at JP the Veteran Coach and explore how we can rise together. Thank you for joining us, for being part of this journey, and for believing in the power of rising together as veterans. Until next time, keep pushing forward, keep rising, and never forget we are stronger together. My name is Juan Perez, and thank you for your time.